Today I bring to you guys the bloodiest, poisonous samurai in Elden Ring. Welcome back to another Elden Ring build. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to put together this deadly samurai build. I've been wanting to create this build for a while, but I finally got the right pieces and I'm able to bring this to you guys. Trust me, not only are you going to love this build, but you are going to see the different type of damages that we are going to be proccing in this build. Not only are we going to be doing poison damage, we are also going to be doing blood damage. And on top of that, we are going to be taking care of those two type of attributes to the fullest in this build, making us the deadliest, bloodiest, poisonous samurai that could be in Elden Ring. So if you guys like how that sounds, let's get started with this build. So we are going to be focusing on two weapons. One is going to be the Nagakiba, and the next one is going to be the Ushigatana. And you know, like us samurai, we have to be loyal to our weapons, and those are the katanas. But for the Nagakiba, we are going to be adding a little bit of hidden poison in this blade because we want to make sure that when we hit with the actual word poisonous miss, because what we are going to be doing is we are going to always prog that poison, and then on top of that we also are going to be baiting different enemies so they can automatically start getting poisoned, and we are going to go into that effect. And next we are going to be using the Uchigatana, but not just any Uchigatana. We are going to be using the bloodiest Uchigatana. This one, physical damage 236, and also the Nagakiba is going to be 236. All two weapons are going to be dexterity and strength. Now, with the Uchigatana, we are going to be using none other than seppuku. Seppuku is going to allow us to automatically prog that bleed in this build, making us, guys, very bloody and very poisonous at the same time. It's an amazing build because we are going to be hitting both at the same time, and foes in Elden Ring are going to be falling underneath really quick. Now that I have your attention, how do we make this even more bloody? One of the things we need to do is, of course, use the white mask. You guys can get this by completing the variants quest line, which will be the link in the description. Go through it, and then you guys will be able to acquire this white mask. And then we are going to be using the fingerprint armor. The reason why, besides loving this armor, is one, it's very light. Two, it does have a decent poise, which is going to allow you when you are pretty much just attacking to your opponents, because what this build is all about is a couple of things. And then after I show you guys the complete armor, I will be showing you guys how exactly you need to use this build. So after we completely get the this armor, you guys can acquire it. Pull up your map, and we are going to be going just around here. And you guys are going to be able to collect this armor by defeating, of course, the fingerprint. Okay, so the way to use this build is that you guys are going to be able to spam the LB button as much as you can. And that is one of the reasons we need to have enough stamina. And then on top of that, we need to make sure that we have enough HP, because we are going to be pretty much just gaining on people's faces. And we are going to be spamming LB, but also we're going to be doing some jump attacks. And I know there's other things that you can implement in the build itself to increase your jump attack power, but you're also going to be neglecting the poise. But we make sure in this build we need to have more poise. Then on top of that, we are going to be sure that we have both the blood affinity and also the poison affinity in both of our blades, so we can deal the most amount of blood and poison damage. Now that you saw the effectiveness of this build by dealing not only poisonous but also bloodiness to this build is such an incredible 1-2 punch. Now we are going to be increasing the power within this build by using the Shard of Alexander. This is going to greatly boost our attack power of skills. And then on top of this, we are going to be able to use the Lord's Blood Exaltation, which the blood loss in vicinity increases attack power by 20%. In this one, the Rotten Wind Sword insignia is going to greatly raise attack power with successive attacks. This one is 3, 6, and 13%. And then the Kindred of Rod's Exaltation is going to be poisoning or rod in vicinity is going to increase the attack power by 20%. So we are looking at 15%. We are looking at another 20%. Then we are looking at 3, 6, and 13%, and an additional 20%. What the great thing about all this for talisman is especially this 3 talisman, that whatever you guys do of increase attacks successively, you are guys always are going to be progging this 3 talisman, poison and bleed at the same time. So for the Shards of Alexander, you have an option. You guys can use the Millicent Prosthesis, which actually is going to work perfectly because this one not only progs at 3 different stages, also just like the Swing Sword insignia. So this one will go just well with any of the other 3 talismans that are within this build. Now, one of the things that I love about this build is the following thing, which is going to increase the effectiveness of this build, and is in the Wondrous Physics. One is going to be the Torning Crack tier, which is going to boost successively any attack power. So it will work just great with any of those talisman. And the next one is going to be the Storm Barb Crack tier, which is going to break any stance, and will make it easier when you are fighting bosses or enemies, meaning that you guys are going to be bringing down any foe in Elden Ring much easier and a little bit faster when you guys are using those tiers. Now, in the character status is the following way. One is going to be Vigor at 36, Mind at 20. You're going to have Endurance at 32 because you want to make sure that you are as light as possible to be able to do the different things moving around with the katanas. And also in regards to the Vigor, I mean, you could always go higher than 36 if you wish. If you are very scared of being just too low on health, you can always increase that maybe by another 5 or 10 points, which takes me to strength and dexterity, which I have at 54 each. The dexterity right now is at 59 because I am using the prosthesis talisman. If I were not to use this one, it will be at 54. But you can always grab some points from there and throw it into Vigor if you were just a bit scared, because strength and dexterity is what the 2 weapons attributes go by. So I would just go, the higher in the 50s would be the best. And then intelligence, faith, and arcane are 9, 15, and 9. But faith at 15 because I have grant me some strength, just to give you that extra physical damage that you guys may want in the fight in case you run out of bleed or poison affinity at that moment. You can always proc that really quick, and then you'll be as deadly also with that in mind. Now, what I do like about this build is because it gives you a couple of options. One, you are going to be fast when fighting any other foe in Elden Ring. And 2, you are going to be pretty much on someone's face, dealing poison and also dealing bleed at the same time. And you guys are going to be able to take advantage of those 2 different attributes throughout the whole entire build, because you are using the white mask and you guys are using the different type of talismans. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any questions in regards to this build. Also, if you guys want to check out Temesia, we have a full coverage of that game itself here in the channel. And if you guys are new to Elden Ring, don't forget to hit that subscription button. And also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscription button. And once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and before I go, if you guys want to know a OP bleed and fire build, take a look at this video. It's such an amazing build because it does kind of replace the Rivers of Blood. So if you're a little bit upset because the Rivers of Blood got nerfed, take a look at this video. You will be surprised.